Welcome to Nice and Blunt. I'm Adam Riancho, and it's Saturday evening. Time for the last minute injury report. There's 4 players that have some news today that I did not know yesterday, so wanted to mention that, give you the final update to the rankings. There's not much. This video will be much quicker than typical. So let's get to it. Let's start with the positive news. There's only 4 players to mention, but the best news of the day, at least for me, I have Isaac Guerendo on my team. He is active. He's going to suit up. There is no more injury designation for him. On Monday night, he will suit up. So you don't have to worry about Patrick Taylor stinking up your lineup. If you have Guerendo still, I think he's a very good play, a high upside option with a decent floor. I think a top 15 running back. This week I would be starting Guerendo against the Lions on Monday. So that's great. We already thought he'd suit up, but now it's confirmed and he stays put in the top 15 in the rankings. But then when it comes to the bad news in the Dolphins offense, Tua is not going to play. He's at least doubtful. I'm really not expecting him to suit up. And there's a reason doubt rhymes with out. He's basically already ruled out. So Tyler Huntley will be their quarterback. That's a big downgrade to the entire offense. Whether it's Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, or Jonnu Smith, I think none of them are as safe as they previously were. I think with the weather as well, there's rain and wind in Cleveland, roughly 19-20 miles per hour. That is a concern. So I'd have no desire to be starting any of the receivers in this game, whether it's on the Dolphins side or the Brown side. I think the running backs are the only ones who have legit value. So A-Chain does move down, but the other 3 I think are unstartable now. Much less coveted options in the championship round because of the rain and Tyler Huntley. The wind will limit him tremendously. So that's terrible news. But Chuba Hubbard was also placed on IR. A stud last week, probably helped you advanced if you were counting on him. That is a bummer. Raheem Blackshear is the next man up. So I have no desire to be starting Blackshear. It's nowhere near the same type of offense anymore. And I think the Bucks defense is really going to benefit in a must-win situation at home against the Panthers offense without their best player, Chuba Hubbard. So terrible news for the Panthers. I really hope you have a good backup plan for Chuba Hubbard. But lastly, Tony Pollard of the Titans is out for this game. He has not practiced at all this week, and that was the same last week when he did play, and there was some optimism yesterday. I thought maybe it would be the same situation, but nope, he has been ruled out. Tyjae Spears is going to be the workhorse for the Titans, and he has multiple touchdowns in each of the last 2 games. I would expect another touchdown, at least one, to repeat for Tyjae. A very safe play. I think he absolutely gets upgraded into the top 20. I was already optimistic on him, but now I think he's a clear RB2, high floor, high upside, a very good start this week. I would trust Tyjae Spears. So let's get to those updated rankings. Those are the 4 players I wanted to mention, and most of the changes are at running back. Here we go. In the top 10, I took out Chuba Hubbard entirely. He was previously number 10, and now you can't start him. So everyone behind him does move up a spot, and some of them move up 2 spots because Devon Achane also moves down tremendously. I had him at number 6 previously, the top of this tier, but without Tua, the offense is nowhere near the same, and he is not the same option anymore. So given the weather, I know they're going to lean on him like crazy, but I don't trust the efficiency in general, and I would expect the touchdown to be probably a lot less likely to hit. So A-Chain, I think from a volume standpoint, you have to start. He probably also catches like at least 5 receptions again, but in terms of efficiency, I probably wouldn't expect over 100 yards. This Dolphins offense will struggle to move the ball without Tua. So not the same player, still in the same tier. I'm tempted to move him down even lower, but I think if you have A-Chain, you probably still have to start him just because the volume and snap share will probably be so high. So A-Chain at number 13, I would still count on him, but not as the same option, not the top 6 player I told you he was yesterday. So moving down 7 spots, it's just unlucky, basically. However, Tyjae Spears does enter the top 16. He's in the lower tier, more of an RB2 option, but still a very good play, definitely top 20. And I was already starting to get higher on him yesterday when Tony Pollard wasn't practicing at all. So now that I know Pollard won't even be on the field, I would expect Tyjae to get like at least 18 touches, probably 5 of them are catches, and I would trust him tremendously on the goal line. That's definitely his role right now in this offense. So that is a very safe play right behind Isaac Guerendo. I love the upside for both players. I would be trying to start them as best I can in my flex spot. I think both Guerendo and Tyjae Spears are must starts this week. So get them in your lineup. If you still have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. But because Tyjae moves up 5 spots, these other players move down 1 spot overall, and nothing else changes other than Blackshear moving into running back 32 in these rankings. That's an upgrade of 30 spots. He was previously unranked, and I didn't have any expectations for him. And when he's been on the field, historically, he's done nothing really special overall. So I have no expectations. I think it's the same type of situation and player as DeAndre Swift. Yeah, he'll be the starter, but how many touches does he actually get? I have no idea. And weather's a factor. It could really limit that offense. This matchup against Tampa is also terrible. They've been an elite run defense the last few weeks. Vita Vea will probably lock up Raheem Blackshear all game long. So no desire to be starting him behind Najee Harris, above DeAndre Swift. The floor is so low, and maybe there's a path for a touchdown and some ceiling, but without it, you will get burned. I would not be trying to start Blackshear. I'd rather go Amir Abdullah off the waiver wire. I have Abdullah at running back 26, Blackshear at running back 32. So good luck there. Beyond the top 33, there's no changes except for Pollard getting taken out entirely. He was previously running back 35, and anybody else behind him does move up 1 spot. So that's the update at running back. Now let's talk about receiver here, where I do have way less confidence in the Dolphins receivers. I have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle moving down a full tier, both roughly 10 spots. Tyreek was previously number 29 in these ranks, now number 42. I would not be starting him outside the top 40. I think there's way too much risk. Yeah, he's a talented option. There's some upside for sure, but I wouldn't want to bet on it. I think the wind probably shuts down this passing game entirely. So can't start him in my opinion. I also moved down Jalen Waddle. I had him previously at number 34, and moving down 9 spots, I have no desire to start him at all. So they're right next to Jerry Jeudy, Cooper Kupp. Not a safe play at all. And the only other change I made is an upgrade to Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. With Watson's questionable status, there's actually some optimism he'll suit up, and I feel really confident that this game turns into a shootout potentially, and Jordan Love needs to throw it a lot. So the Vikings have given up a ton of yards. I think Watson and Dobbs have more upside for sure than guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So I'd rather start them. They move up 4 spots overall, but Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, and Jerry Jeudy do move down a little bit. I would not be starting anyone in that Dolphins or Browns game unless they're a running back in my lineup. So that's the only changes at receiver, outside the top 40 mainly, and then at quarterback, it's only outside the top 20 where anything changes. Tua was previously quarterback 21, and now he's out of the equation. Tyler Huntley is now quarterback 30. I am not starting Tyler Huntley at all. So definitely bench him. Not going to recommend it. I think that's a pathway for disappointment. And then additionally, I'm also terrified of Jonnu Smith at tight end now. He was the tight end 1 the last month, and going back a few weeks even before that, he was on fire. But without Tua, I do not trust the safety blanket in Miami anymore. The passing game is just not going to be the same, and I have no idea what the target share will be. So maybe Huntley really likes Jonnu. Maybe it's still the same, but I would be panicking. I would rather pivot to Chigokonkwo, who's hopefully still available on the waiver wire. So good luck acquiring Okonkwo. If you need him, I think that's the best option. Okonkwo is at number 7 in the ranks. Jonnu moves down 8 spots overall, now number 14. I think just like TJ Hawkinson, Dalton Schultz, you do not know for sure what you're getting, and odds are the touchdown will not hit. Just a streamer this week, I don't think Jonnu is a league winner anymore. But lastly, at defense, I did upgrade the Browns significantly. I think with no Tua, we've seen what this offense is like with Tyler Huntley. It's nowhere near the same, and I wouldn't expect a lot of points at all with the wind and the rain in Cleveland. So no thank you with any of the Dolphins offensive players other than A-Chain, and because of that, I'm definitely trusting the Browns defense to play well. So I actually picked them to win, and now it doesn't look that dumb anymore. I think there's actually a pathway for success for the Browns to beat the Dolphins on Sunday. But let's show you the final rankings. Here they are on the screen. The top 20 quarterbacks, nothing changed. The top 20 tight ends, Johnny moved down 8 spots, now tight end number 14. And then at defense, we did upgrade the Browns to number 5. They moved up 14 spots overall. Much, much safer against Huntley as opposed to Tua. But lastly, here are the best flex plays, in my opinion. The top 40 running backs and 40 receivers. I would be trying to start the top 23 RBs and the top 28 wide receivers. If you still have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to help you with any of your flex decisions this week. But that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. It's been fun this season. I hope I've helped you out. If you've been watching all season and you still haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. It really helps out the channel, and we will get back in the playoffs next year again. But that's it for me. My name's Adam Riancho. Thank you so much for watching. Nice and blunt.